Le deuxième prix de la soirée est pour la catégorie distinction pour service communautaire, décerné pour une contribution bénévole exemplaire d'un organisme communautaire ou à une entreprise humanitaire. The second award is the Service Award for Community Service.
The wonderful thing about community service is it's never an individual activity. The good feeling that comes from team accomplishment is very rewarding indeed.
Colin Smith's exceptional community service has been provided to many organizations at local, provincial, and national levels for decades. He is also the first Fellow of Engineers Canada and was the President of Engineers Canada in 2005. Mr. Smith has been involved in several APEG BC and Engineers Canada committees since 1992. He was also active as a UBC student.
It's very satisfying to see a smile on someone's face as a result of the organization that you've been working with, providing them a service that they need or in some way helping improve their lot.
Diplômé de la UBC, Colin est président sortant de la West Coast Railway Association qui compte 1500 membres. Au cours des 9 années où il a occupé ce poste, il a recueilli des fonds qui ont permis la mise sur pied de la rotonde et du centre de conférence du CN.
The facility in Squamish, BC has about 90 pieces of heritage railway equipment.
One of the things that the group has always wanted to do was to have a roundhouse for display of its most precious pieces of equipment. And working with the board, we're able to identify a benefactor. And now we have a 20,000 square foot dual purpose facility. We can roll the equipment out of the building across the turntable. And people have a wonderful facility for their conference. It's taken the association into a whole new level of operation.
He brings tenacity, and when you need to raise funds and build something unique, you've got to have a certain number of people that will stand up and get in there and work their way through it, and Colin was one of those leaders.
He brings authorship to the project, but he also brings the energy of the community into it. I think it's a very unique gift.
Colin est administrateur de la 625 Powell Street Foundation à Vancouver, qui offre des services de refuge aux femmes dans le downtown eastside.
We were able to acquire a 20,000 square foot building, and we now have 52 women who are resident there, receiving 24/7 care from the St. James Community Society.
People like Colin bring a huge amount to the table for us. Resources, business acumen, connections, and just the sense that things can get done quickly.
For his tireless generosity to his community, Engineers Canada is proud to present the 2011 Meritorious Service Award for Community Service to fellow and professional engineer Colin E. Smith.
You wonder what that is. Hey, Mesdames et Messieurs, je suis très honoré d'être le récipiendaire du Prix Meritorious Service communautaire. That's the first French you've ever heard me speak here. But first of all, of course, I am most sincerely appreciative to all who were involved in my nomination, and that started with those who submitted it. And I'm delighted that one of my colleagues and very good friends, Prix, who is part of the Canada Line team that will be recognized later, was instrumental in that. And I certainly salute all of the other award winners this evening and the scholarship winners yesterday. It's just a thrill to be included in that number. I must say that Bobby and I are absolutely delighted with the warmth of the welcome that we have once again received from the extended family of Engineers Canada here in Halifax. It has been truly wonderful, and we're most appreciative. And of the many happenings that have occurred over the years since we've been with you, and I thought they would be there, but the editors got busy again. There was some photos of the 3 grandchildren in there, and that's the new priority project. And that's but during that taping, I was asked how I balanced family life with the demands of my continuing but now part-time overnight commuting to Vancouver to consult, and the often competing demands of the many agencies that I'm still involved with on an active basis. And my response was left on the cutting room floor, which is probably a good thing. But I was reminded just the other day here in Halifax about how precarious that balance is. We had just spent the lovely day having a tour of the region with Ron Gilkey's wife, Mary Barker, who is they're both with us this evening. We stopped for coffee up on Spring Garden Road, after which I said that I would like to walk back to their house on the other side of Dalhousie campus. So I'm crossing the street, and just out of sheer luck, the car adjacent to the crosswalk is theirs, so I wave at Mary, she waves at me, and Bobby says, "Hey, that guy, I think I recognize him. He might be my husband," right? So anyway, Bobby, I hope it's not that bad all the time, and thank you for your support. I do love you for it, but just very quickly, because I'm standing between you and dinner, and I know as a past president that's not a good place to be. I am very pleased indeed that a colleague and very good friend invited me to become one of 3 directors of the 625 Powell Street Foundation, and you saw the building and a few words about that in the video. I'm pleased that we are now entering a second phase of renovations of that building, and after some 18 months of getting administrative issues sorted out, it is going to become the downtown eastside Seek and Treat full-service clinic for Dr. Julio Montaner, who is a world-leading expert in treating patients with HIV and AIDS. And there are some, there are in fact several thousand residents in the downtown eastside who have HIV and who are also, in a majority of them, also have hepatitis C. The cocktail that Dr. Montaner has invented reduces the viral load to the point where the individual cannot contract AIDS and cannot pass the HIV virus on to others. So this will directly save lives and will save hundreds of millions of dollars in medical care costs for those who don't develop AIDS. So I'm delighted to be a little part of that. My thanks once again for this magnificent award. It's always a pleasure to be recognized by one's peers, particularly in this case where virtually every member in this room would be a worthy candidate for this award, so it's particularly special for me. And lastly, I commiserate with my friends on the East Coast who are hockey fans and will have to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the Stanley Cup award to be awarded, but go Canucks go, right? Thank you.
Thank you very much.